Hello everyone who's watching this video and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna take a look at everything that is about to come to Life Makeover. There's a lot to discuss, but of course before the fun part, I wanna talk a little bit about my outfit. It got really cold and snowy where I live, and I wanted to dress my doll in this cute sweater. It goes with a print like that originally, but I prefer to dye it in one color. I got it for free in December 2023, and later it was probably craftable in some encore events. And I think it goes quite well with this cute skirt with flowers. It's a part of the set Memory Weaver that we got for free in August. It really is adorable, and I just wish it had a little bit more dye slots. However, the belt is a lovely detail peeking out from under the sweater. I gave her thick winter tights and massive boots, a cute crossbody bag matching the belt. She's holding a phone and choosing what to listen to, wearing her fashionable headphones. The hair is from 5-star set of Dance of the Seat Lightchase. Nothing crazy happening on her face, just simple makeup with cute green eyes. It would be a little bit more fun if we had blonde or bleached eyebrows, but oh well, gotta work with what we have. Also, before we move on to the topic, I wanna say that I planned to make a video about nails, but I changed my mind a little bit and instead I will show you some nail sets right now. First of all, Dexter nails. I love Dexter, I just love it, and I love Michael C. Hall. I knew right away I wanna have colorful nails exactly like in the first season of the show. Second set is black and purple. I was locked in and used almost all stickers and patterns that we have right now. I think it looks kinda cute. And the third one is pastel blue and pink. The only thing that I don't like is this charm because it seems to be up in the air, and looking at it kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. But the feature is great. It's wonderful to have something new and exciting in our game finally and make nails match the outfit. On this note, let's move to Weibo and look at everything we are gonna see in Life Makeover soon. Let's start with background packs, and this is the rose cinder background. A really nice gothic scene with pretty decent lighting. However, I fear it's gonna have floating rose petals that can ruin the photos unless you need roses for the photo shoot. But apart from that, not bad. And this is the snowy pavement background, a lovely sight of the city center full of snow. I personally need a little bit more winter scenes, however, this one might be a little bit too bright for my taste, but anyway, it's quite decent too. Chinese servers are getting new story sets for chapter 39. And here's the first one, the second one, and the third one. We won't get them any soon, I guess, as we're kind of behind, but still they look great, especially the 5-star set with top, bottom, and a handheld. Here's the monthly sign-in reward for Malaysian servers for January, Misty Heartbeat set. I guess we will get it sometime in the future. And now to the main course, our double 5-star banner Luminous Dance that is inspired by the hauntingly beautiful Death's Head Hawk Moth and her purpose to follow the light that leads her to both tragic end and rebirth. There is a common saying, drawn like a moth to a flame, and indeed many insects get trapped by the nearest light source. Poor creatures can be busy with their nightly routine until a sudden light appears and disrupts their internal compass. When their senses become overwhelmed, insects can't help but follow an altered path, one that often traps them and leads them to crashes and death. The first set, Noctuidae Heat, is the moth itself. Beautiful yet fragile creature that easily gets tricked by the magic of the flame and meets irreversible fate. The whole set is a mix of silk, fuzz, and stained glass of Gothic cathedrals. Speaking of Gothic architecture, the most fascinating thing and the spiritual core of it is for sure Rose Window. It represents multiple concepts such as light, circle, cycle, order, and geometry. The outside light leans into the church through the window, and the colorful stained glass gives it new life and colors. The central oculus also represents the light and the beginning of everything, and it's the starting point of all the geometrical elements that burst out of the middle. Every beam is symmetrical and equal, coexisting in peace and harmony. What a sight to spectate how the light slowly lets itself in and magically dance inside the cathedral. But getting back to our moth, first of all, she's symmetrical, just like the rose window, that are reflecting all over her body. The stained glass elements are on her wings, dress, tights, and shoes. That fragile body dreams of reaching the eternal outside light, but crashes into the colored glass, both escaping and finding her end. The dress is silky with some fuzz, crystals, and little moth details here and there, and the main part, the corset, mimics the body of the moth. It has stone framework of Gothic architecture. Inside, you can see the same stained glass, but it's broken and chaotic, since she tried to disrupt the order. I love the multi-layered puffy skirt that turns into shorts underneath, and you can see some fuzz on the sides that obviously represents moth's body. I have a feeling it might be the part of the tights. And the tights and the gloves play a little bit with light and darkness. And I definitely love this gradient. On her tights, there are pieces of broken stained glass, and the shoes look like either flats or they have a tiny heel. There's also a little bit of fuzz and metal work inspired by Gothic architecture, and the same stained glass. The gloves also have the fuzz and glass crystals and shards, and on her fingers, she has claws. The hairstyle has an ombre, and it is mostly a short bob and bangs with long symmetrical strands of hair. Her wings are the most fascinating part for me. Same broken glass here and stone framework. A bit of fuzz on the edges, a dream piece to obtain honestly. I also really love the spades looking part where the wings get attached, but I guess it's the design of the dress. She has cute feather-like antennas with tiny particles of light that illuminate in the darkness. If I'm not mistaken, she has this red fire as a handheld, and the fire around her is a floating item. And with both of them and other parts of the set adding the necklace and maybe bracelets on her gloves, we have up to 10 pieces. I think it's a great set and I'll be happy to get it. It will be lots of fun to dye it and separately use individual pieces. And now let's move on to the second 5-star Set Incense Feather. According to the description of the set, the sketches of it were built around the concept of a ferryman of the dead. I believe both sets are the part of one, with the first one being the moth who flies into the fire, and the second one being the inner compass, the guide who leads the moth into the flame. The whole outfit is centered around death, and the first thing we notice is the skull mask that got inspiration from plague doctors' masks. It symbolizes the status of Reaper's emissary. It has long horns and a long beak, and the fire is coming out of the empty eye sockets. The skull is very obviously the main part of the hat that looks like a transparent veil with thorns, roses, multiple crystals, and other tiny elements. By looking at the dress and its symmetrical feather elements on the corset and the wings under them, I guess it gives me the vibes of Egyptian ferryman of the dead. For some reason, this is my impression, considering the shape of the hair and some bead details on it. But getting back to the dress, it has a beautiful corset that hugs her body beautifully and melts into the draping skirt of a beautiful shape. And underneath, it has another part with Gothic elements and gorgeous shining that reminds me of the Galaxy Rome dress a little bit. We can see many details like feathers, bows, roses and thorns, beads and lace. Underneath, she has tights with thorns, and the heels are with plenty of beads, roses and huge wings. I don't really like the hair because it looks a little bit awkward due to being chopped kind of messy, and the bangs look a little bit weird to me. The glove is for one hand only, and I guess it's connected to thorns and roses. This is the necklace with some stars, crystals, and thorns, and the central detail looks like a mask. We also have the wings, and they have two styles, and in the first one they are furled within the dress, and the second mode allows them to be widespread. The handheld is a lantern on a huge handle made out of bones with chain swirling around it. Overall, Incense Feather is a decent 5-star, which makes it kind of difficult personally for me to decide which outfit I prefer more. They really make double 5-star banners way too good to skip. And here's the 4-star Set Winged Soliloquy. A little bit weird to me because the dress doesn't make any sense. It's literally a Frankenstein from the turtleneck, jacket, and skirt suit together. So we have a hat, gloves, tights, shoes, and the dress. This time we have Gerald as our ally and his card Daylight Covenant. He looks fine on both original card and evolved versions, so he's gonna be a great addition to our collections. Moving on to Decom, we get this 4-star dress Daylight Waltz. It's kinda okay, nothing crazy, so whatever. Here's the 5-star hair, Meow Whisper, with an interesting braided detail on her forehead. And here's the 5-star back accessory, or it could also be a floating item, Echo Universe. I am quite curious about this coniferous wrath. Spend any amount reward is Misty Whale 5-star handheld. But don't forget, we have not gotten yet the burger. I guess we might get him next, but you never know. Here is the fashion code that Malaysian server is getting next, and honestly, I feel a bit offended by this outfit, especially by the skirt, because it feels lazy as we already have skirts like that. It heavily reminds me of the pirate skirt, and especially the Sand Storyteller one, so I don't even know how to feel. The hair looks nice, but it has the same braided part as Decom hair, which is kinda weird. The hat is right away ruined with some weird effects. The necklace and earrings are nice, and the rest is kind of forgettable, so for now, I don't know, we shall wait and see. Chinese players also get a little event sunshine trip where they can get 5-star limited shoes, furniture, chat background, energy, and other goodies. Now to the events and sets we are getting later. Here's the 5-star set, Seaside Islet, and oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. The hairstyle and hopefully the top and hopefully the skirt. If it's indeed separate, I'll be so happy, just like many of us. Until I get it, I guess I'm gonna see this in my dreams. Here's the 4-star set, Galaxy Ripple. A little bit less exciting, yes, but the bag is nice, as well as her emerald-colored shoes. Another 5-star set, and please don't look at the name, as yet again they made a mistake. It's called Enchanting Song, which makes sense because of the portable cassette player. What a sick item! And the hat is lovely, and the hair is a need too. Malaysian server is getting new reruns, and this time it's gonna be Cindery Wow. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for this to rerun on global. The dress and the hair are chef's kiss. However, I still hope we will get Clockwork Tune and Everlasting Glory before it. And the second rerun is double 5-star Lightchase Phoenix Song. We never got this on global, and I have no idea if we ever will, so this is just for your knowledge. There is a big update coming that has to do with wardrobe, and soon we will be able to create groups for clothes and makeup and name folders the way we like. And the same goes to any item and any set. They all can have custom nicknames of our choice. There are also gonna be extra filter options that allow us to search items by open palettes, completion of the sets, extended or not extended fashions, rarity, and ways of obtaining. For example, you can view only story sets or crafted fashions, a limited gacha or permanent banner clothes, and shop purchased or collab sets. honestly, this is so exciting, so I can't wait for this update to reach global. What do you think of the upcoming update, and how do you like the sets, and which one you'd love to get locked into? Please share your thoughts with me. I'll be happy to know what each of you think. We have Snow Reminiscence Lightchase back, so I can't wait to pull on it with you, and Snow Date is just around the corner. But before both of these videos, I will share with you my ways of styling one of the current Time Echo sets. So, on this note, I will say thank you for spending this time with me, and we meet again really, really soon. Bye bye!